Hey guys, I'm Karina.
I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Eric.
And welcome back to the L.A.T E podcast. The law according to Eric. All right, so it's the start of April, so this week we are doing gambling stories. And our own Eric loves poker, so this should be interesting.
Yeah, I've got a ton of degenerate gambling stories over the years of people I've known and some funny true stories about myself. Because I didn't always play poker. I used to be like a real, fiend in the casinos, like blackjack and slots and all sorts of stupid games. So I evolved over time, but yeah, this will be fun. There's a lot of craziness out there. By the way, how can you tell when your wife dies?
Your bank account stops dropping?
No. Although that's
what? It's
I know.
true.
No. That was witty though, but no. The sex is the same, but the dishes pile up.
Oh, there it is.
It has nothing to do with gambling.
It doesn't matter. I still, you know what? Marriage is a gamble. How about that?
It is.
Okay.
Okay, mine.
I win.
Mine was a little story.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Bear with us, audience.
Exactly, bear with
Karina has a story.
I do. A man wakes up in the morning and it's 5:55 a.m.
I win.
The temperature is 55 degrees and the humidity is 55%.
I win.
He turns on the TV and it's on channel 5. He gets up and it's May 5th. He heads to work. His car has 55,555 miles on the odometer. He gets to work and goes on to the 5th floor. Has 5 messages. It dawns on him. He rushes to the racetrack and his ticket is $5. So he is put in section 5, row 5, seat 5. And in the 5th race, a horse is called Double Nickels. He understands his faith has spoken for him. He bets his entire bank account and just maxes all his credit cards on this horse, right? The race is won. Double Nickels came in 5th.
I'm sorry.
It was too long for you?
I fell asleep.
I'm
sure.
sorry.
Was that,
Jen enjoyed it, and that's all that matters.
What was the punchline? Oh, all right. Sorry. Just so you know, I still win. Because that wasn't even a dad joke.
It wasn't. It was just a little joke. It was.
I win. All right.
Did you have you heard? I saw this quote though. I thought it was funny. Really, really. Do you know who Mitch Hedberg is?
No.
He was a comedian or something like that. But he made one of the gambling jokes who said, I like to play blackjack. I'm not an addict to gambling. I'm just addicted to sitting in that semicircle. And I felt like, that's a good excuse. You're not addicted to gambling. You just like sitting in that little circle with your friends. And that makes sense.
It's like circle time. It's
Exactly.
cool.
It's circle time. Yeah. Is that what you enjoy, Eric?
No. You know what? One of the best quotes ever I remember reading. This is by John Gotti, the famous mobster from New York. Never say anything that you don't want to hear played back for you someday. It's exact. Fucking smart. To our almost now 1,400 listeners.
No, we are at 1,400.
Over
We're almost 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
Take my advice. Yeah. Don't say anything and always assume you're being recorded. In today's day and age, especially.
Everywhere.
Deep fakes and AI and all that stuff. Everything is a recording or, digitized something.
All right. Ready to start?
We're ready.
All right. This one is off of legal advice, so it would be what would Eric would do? Okay. So the title is, Casino reported to the IRS that I won over $600,000 that I did not win.
Oh.
In 2020, I received a letter from the IRS stating that I had unclaimed income for 2019, and it listed several jackpots over $100,000, totaling up to close to $600,000. As much as I wish I would have won this amount, I did not. I was able to contact the casino and they got me in contact with their attorney. Apparently there had been a data breach and that is how the mishap happened. The attorney assured me that it would all be taken care of. Fast forward now, the issue has still not been resolved. In February, I received a letter from the IRS stating that I owed them $198,000 in unpaid taxes, and as a result of this, they kept my tax return for this year. I've been in contact with many attorneys, but mostly will not go near this due to the casino being owned by the Seminole Nation and because they are a nation that cannot be sued through the regular courts. The IRS is impossible to get on the phone, and the times that I have been able to speak to them, they have told me basically that I need whatever documentation from the casino, that could prove that I actually did not win any money. I'm at a complete loss for what to do, and I have spoken to several attorneys, casino employees, and the attorney the casino hired to manage the issue with no resolution. Any advice would help. What would you do in this situation?
That's a fucking mess. Oh, that poor guy. See, this is why I don't gamble.
This is why.
No, it isn't. You know what? No, it isn't.
No, it's because I can't lose $40 without wanting to cry.
No, it came up so early in this, so she gave it up herself. She's
know.
like, before Eric brings this up, I'm gonna bring it up.
I am literally the opposite of Eric. I cannot handle gambling, but that's messed up.
Right?
This poor guy
Right.
getting billed for money he didn't even win.
Exactly. And it's the IRS. Like, what would he even do there? I wouldn't even know how to pay that much money. And it's like, and it's the IRS. Exactly. Like he said, I could barely get them on the phone. That's fucked up.
Yeah. So what would Eric do? The exact things this guy did. You know, it's just, unfortunately,
he's out of luck now.
Well, he's just in one of those situations. He's going to have to hire a tax attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody specifically that deals with IRS disputes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if issuing a subpoena to the Indian tribe casino will matter, because literally Indian tribal casinos are considered on sovereign land.
Right.
They're not subject to the same rules and regulations. And I've heard lots of horror stories about jackpots not being paid, even if they're won, and they strong arm and they can make their own rules. And
I saw a lot of those.
it's real. And if you slip and fall, too bad.
Yeah.
Right. So personally, I'm being honest, because in California, there's a ton of Indian casinos.
A lot.
I never, ever play. I mean, first of all, I only play poker these days anyway. And that it's not really the same kind of game, because it's player versus player. You're not playing against the house, but never will I gamble any kind of casino game, slot, table game at an Indian casino. Nothing against the Indians. Just the laws and the rules are so unfavorable. And I'll tell you a true life story. I had a client maybe 7 or 8 years ago that we did a Chapter 7 bankruptcy for. Chapter 7 is basically a wipeout, right? No assets, just time to go. And the trustee went crazy on us because they had a similar situation where they had 1099s from various casinos on these slot machine jackpots, because the wife loved playing slots. The difference is, and what the trustee didn't understand, and I was able actually to get a breakdown of all the slot play connected to the player's card that was, used for her. The trustee doesn't understand that just because the machine pays out doesn't mean you take the money every time.
Exactly.
It's like a credit, and you keep replaying it. So yes, the machine might have paid her out $300,000 over a course of a year and a half, but her actual profit was a loss of $10,000. Exactly. And it was like pulling teeth to try to explain, because clearly this particular bankruptcy trustee didn't know like how these slot casinos worked, or slot machines worked in these casinos, and how you they don't pay out every time you hit a spin, or you pull a winner. You have credits in the machine, and you keep playing down those credits. So eventually they understood, and we moved on, and they got their discharge, and the case was over. But yeah, there's a lot of weird stories, and the IRS, they only go off what's being reported. Exactly. And so really it's the casino that made the mistake here.
What was the data breach? Yeah.
Well, the data breach is different in that's loss of information, but somehow, unless that data breach sent a report or transmitted a currency report to the IRS, they wouldn't be aware of that, like the figure or the win, so to speak, the alleged win. So it's really the casino that sends these reports to the IRS. The individuals, if they don't claim it themselves, and that's why, by the way, just so you know, a lot of people end up getting in trouble is they think if they get a jackpot, by the way, casino slot machine jackpots over $1,200 require a hand pay now. Yeah. You don't get a ticket. They have to come and physically pay you cash, and they write the little report right on the spot. That's why, I hate to say it, but if anybody's interested in knowing certain tricks, that's why playing with chips is better than slot credits or tickets or vouchers, because you can choose which chips you cash in at which time, thus not necessitating the need for a currency report, right? Or any kind of like cash withdrawal report through a casino. So if I go play, let's say at the Bellagio, they have like really big games, poker games. Right. I buy in for $2,000, but I conceivably could walk out with $15,000. I don't have to cash all 15. I can keep those chips. I can cash them anytime I want. Exactly. I can go to the cage and cash 2,500, come back later after dinner, cash 1,000. That's it. They're not going to, you know what I mean? Exactly. So, and I can take those chips home with me. So I have a friend, he unfortunately, he and I aren't really friends anymore, but he used to have like 100,000 of commerce chips in his glove compartment. 100,000. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He would have stacks of $100 chips.
Your car gets stolen.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we used to laugh about that.
Literally, that would be my biggest fear. Like my car getting broken into.
his bigger fear was making sure his wife's divorce lawyer didn't find that his ex-wife. But no,
he was willing to.
well, but I'm saying, but the whole point
rather
is,
the homeless than my wife's attorney.
well, but the whole point is that that's often a way that people both hide and launder cash.
Yeah.
Right. So if you are a professional poker player and you play these home games and you have a ton of cash from that and you don't know how to deal with it or deposit it or you're trying to defraud the IRS, not that I'm advocating for anything like that. I just want to make that clear. Don't do this, people. But if you were to, right, that's one way to do it. You buy casino chips. You don't play them all. You keep them with you. You exchange them a couple weeks later, different increments, different amounts.
Yep.
So,
all right.
So, sorry. Back to, we really went off on a tangent on that. Back to what would Eric do? Nothing this guy hasn't already done. Just hire a tax attorney specifically for it. And you have to go to war with the IRS and the casino.
All right. Next one. I think you'll find this one interesting. Am I the asshole for correcting the dealer? I went to the casino with my boyfriend. He played a new game they taught us. I stopped after I was up $50. He continued to pour money into his losses. He played a couple of hands I advised against. He seemed he didn't fully understand the rules. The dealer was off of her game. He went to pay him out thinking he had won, but upon a closer look, he had nothing. I stopped her, noting his hand. It happened again, but this time she paid him out. I had to call the pit boss over because of it. To say he was pissed at me was an understatement. Honestly, I did it for two reasons. One, it wasn't his money as he didn't win, and taking the money would have been wrong.
This guy's an asshole.
It's his girlfriend.
What a cunt.
Yeah, you didn't hear that? I went to the casino with my boyfriend.
Oh, what a bitch.
Sight of that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I would have thought you guys would find this interesting. Yeah. And she was like, two, they had given him the money and then realized that it was a mistake. He would have made a scene about it. And I just wasn't. She said she didn't have the energy.
And three, lying is wrong. And we should always do
one.
That. I know. I'm saying, what a stupid slag.
She said, we discussed it later, and I was told to keep my mouth shut in those situations. Initially, I had agreed I would, but upon reflection, I just don't believe I would. I'd like to do the right thing again. Am I the asshole for correcting the dealer and having my boyfriend not?
Yes.
Not only are you an asshole, you're a fucking idiot.
Yes.
It's a casino.
Yes.
Do you know?
This is not like taking money from the church.
That's right. Do you know how much?
Well, I would take money from the church too. Fuck it, you're up.
Boyfriend. This is not a stranger. It's your boyfriend. You have to go home with it.
They could have won half. He was gonna win.
I didn't think of that at all. Like she should have just like held out for her half of the money. No. What a whore.
Imagine.
Oh my God.
Imagine.
No.
Yes.
Well, look, honestly, he only has himself to blame. I mean, you can't bring women into a casino. This is a man's world. Okay.
Well, she was winning and he was losing.
No, she wasn't. She was just let her go play her little penny slots. She said she stopped.
They were playing the same game and she stopped after she won $50. He just continued.
Of course, that's here for her. Yes. Oh, I'm up 50. Bye. I get my nails done. You know, Homer, you just play for the rest.
Yeah, and then said, no, he didn't win. Take the money back.
I'm pretty sure the boyfriend's going to be your ex-boyfriend now.
All right, look, all jokes aside, let me explain honestly and truthfully why there's a flaw in her whole conversation. Her whole, first of all, I don't care if you want the moral high ground or not. Okay, what you did actually was likely get some poor casino employee fired, right, without realizing it. Because casinos take that very seriously, missed payouts. They often assume immediately that it's a setup, right? Even if it's not, even if it's an honest mistake. Yeah. Okay. But that for the dealer to not be paying enough attention to where she's paying out on losing hands and she's paying reasonably, you know, a couple, not $5, right? She would be fired. Yeah. And her bringing that up and making them take the bets back or whatever, literally just put her under the radar, on the radar of the casino. That's all she really accomplished. Besides taking some few shekels out of her boyfriend's pocket like a fucking moron. Exactly. She might have cost this poor, you know, blackjack dealer or whatever her job because she decided that the casino should keep more of the money they take from everyday innocent people that don't know odds are never in their favor. That's why, again, I'm going to go off on a small tangent. That's why I honestly gave up all those pit games. Yeah. And if you ever see me playing something like roulette or blackjack, it's only because I'm with other people and they're having fun and I'm just trying to blend in with them. On my own, or the only other time, honestly, is if there's a giant list of people waiting to play poker and I'm low on the list and I'm bored. Yeah. Right. But even then, I play like very small amounts just to kill time. And then I only play certain games.
Okay, we're back.
Okay. Sorry. We had a little bit of a glitch, but it's bad enough. Right. Knowing, I mean, again, so I don't play these pit games and this is why, because these are what are called negative EV or expectation value games. And so, for example, back in the day, blackjack used to pay like 1.5 to 1. So if you put $10 down and you hit a blackjack, which is a ace and a 10 or a picture card, you would get 15 on your $10 bet. You wouldn't just get the same amount. Now it's like 3 to 2, and they chisel you away at that kind of stuff. Then they started adding all of these additional sucker bets, like to various games. So if you hit like 3 sevens and make 21 that way, and they're all the same suit, you get like 100 to 1. Those are all sucker bets meant to take your money. Basically, the casino has designed an impeccably flawless system in how to maximize getting your money. So the few and rare times where the casino makes a mistake, and I'll tell you when it usually happens. It's usually, and there is, by the way, there is an entire community of people called advantage players, and they literally look for shit like this, like slot machines that are paying out at a higher table rate, slot machines and video poker that have certain odds in certain favors. And some casinos do that, like during certain times of the day, they'll add video poker odds to make the machine seem more loose, and then people show up and then they change them. And there are people that like monitor that kind of stuff. I'm serious. And there's even a website called Wizard of Odds, ODDS, for gamblers to look at like what the different payout tables are. I mean, this is a whole fucking job for people.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of time or patience. I just like playing poker. I've gotten pretty good at it. So
it's your hobby.
Yeah, it's really a pastime. And it's not like I don't win every single time.
Right.
Jennifer can tell you. But the bigger point here is that you got to stay away. So those games are already what are called negative expectation, meaning you're not expected to win. The only people that do win are either the ones that stop right at a certain point, they're up a little bit, and then they just take their win, nominal amounts or whatever. Sometimes, and it's rare, but some people go on a hot streak. It's known to happen, but 90% of the time they don't cash out. They don't think it ever ends. You know what it's like? I hate to say it. It's like good. You know what? You just don't think it's going to end. Right. And so you just figure you could go the whole time. And then before you know it, you're all done. And like, oh shit, I'm empty. Right. Just like your wallet. Right. Because the casino got it all.
Yep.
Same idea. Right. Yep. You just, again, you're never as good as you think you are. You're just running on luck in these games. It's all, shuffle and how the cards come out. Yes, there are. I don't want to take away. There are people that are professionals at blackjack. And I know there are strategies and certain like hard rules you follow. Most of recreational gamblers don't know how to do that. They know the very basics. The casino counts on that. Okay. So any chance you have, and I'm saying, I'm not advocating theft, right? But it's just like if I wake up and there's an extra 1,000 in my account because the bank fucked up, fuck the bank.
Exactly.
It's not my problem.
Exactly.
Okay. I know it's a little different and actually it could be your problem, but it just is a general, okay. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I've talked this one to death. So what would I do? Right. I would break up with the bitch. Fuck yeah. Are you kidding me? Or I'd never bring her with me to gamble again. Fucking stay the fuck home, or go to a different casino.
She's the person that if the cashier gives you the wrong change back, she's going to tell her.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. No, you don't want this person.
Okay. I don't want this person anywhere. And by the way, let me give you the best analogy I can. All right. If I go buy crack from a drug dealer because I'm feeding an addiction, and he gives me one rock too many for my 20. It's just like me giving him that rock back.
Exactly.
Because all you're going to do is infect somebody else.
Exactly.
Casinos feed addictions. Okay. And I'm giving them more money back after they're fleecing. Fuck that.
Exactly.
Okay. Casinos, in my mind, are kind of a necessary evil, right? It's a recreation. They're never going out of business. They're probably as close to recession proof as possible because especially in desperate times, people look for easy money. They look to try to win quick, whatever. So, that's all. I mean, what can I tell you? That's Forrest Gump it. That's all I can. It's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, that bitch is stupid.
She is. Oh my god! I was about to be done, but now I can't stop. What the fuck is wrong with this moron?
Can you imagine? Like you go gambling, your girlfriend's like, "Oh my god, no, he didn't win. You have to take the money back. He didn't win. Stop."
That's what I'm saying. It's one thing if she gave her own money back. Yeah. Right? But bitch, what are you doing with mine? Like, why are you taking my money? That's bullshit.
And her being like, no, Reddit voted her not the asshole.
No, 100%.
Reddit was like, you're not the asshole.
You're right.
You're doing the right thing. Like, right thing. Exactly.
That's right. Reddit's right. She's not the asshole. She's just a stupid, filthy slag who doesn't know her fucking role or how to deal with certain things. I mean, that's just...
He's putting himself in that position right now. That's why he's so upset. Because if that would happen to him...
I'm thinking about it. But even my ex isn't that fucking, if anything, she would quickly slide the money away and she'd be like, let's go before they find out. Let's go,
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
Oh my Yeah.
All right, we got to move on. But, oh my God, what a fucking moron.
This one's titled, I think I have a valid case against the casino conglomerate, but I don't know where to start. Just hear the story out there. For perspective, I'm not upset about gambling. That's just a game of chance. I am, however, very concerned about deceptive practices and a bait/switch of promised rewards. It's one of those casinos with the rewards. All right. I joined a casino rewards program, let's call it Gen Play, and have gambled exclusively at their casino for the past year because of one specific reward, an annual complimentary stay at Baha Mar Resort in the Bahamas at 25,000 tier points. Please note there is no asterisk stating that terms apply or that this is a BOGO offer or anything like that. It simply states complimentary stay. Recently, I earned my points high enough to be at 25,000 points. For perspective, this means that I have processed at least $12,500 through slot machines on Jet Entertainment properties. I was incredibly surprised when I received an email this month which states, as a preferred member, your getaway includes a 2-night stay in a fountain view room at the Grand Hyatt Baha Mar when you purchase 2 nights at the casino rate. This email was sent by the official Gen Play email account. I called the number at the bottom of the email and was quoted a minimum of $600 to book the advertised complimentary package. And that was if my trip was in the next 60 days, as the offer expires in May. The reward advertised is nothing like the provided services, especially when you take into consideration how much you must spend just to even earn the reward. And the fact that these stipulations must pay for 2 nights to be given 2 additional nights are not advertised anywhere until after you've earned it. When I brought this up to Gen Entertainment online chat, I was told Baha Mar is not an official Gen property, so therefore the benefits and rewards do not apply to that resort. After requesting to speak to the supervisor, I was told that they have the right to restrict my ability to contact their company at all. Shortly after, the representative ended the chat and I could not contact the company at all. My submit message button suddenly stopped working. I filed a BBB complaint, but they clearly don't respond to that as well. Do I have any leg to stand out on, or am I just upsetty spaghetti over something that's morally wrong but legally okay? What would you do in this situation?
What?
He's mad that he couldn't get it.
No, I need the cliff notes
okay.
too.
Do you really think that the casino is just going to give you something out of the goodness of their heart and not make something out of it?
Exactly. He should have expected it, but he said. So you want the Cliff Notes version, right? So you're
Yeah, because my first question is this an Indian casino or traditional?
He doesn't say.
Because if it's an Indian casino, he's out of luck.
He just says casino conglomerate.
Yeah, conglomerate. Okay, so it could be.
Word.
Well, but a conglomerate means that there could be multiple brands of the same parent company. So like MGM has a bunch, or like Caesars has a bunch of like properties. They call Caesars properties in Vegas. But if it's like an Indian, like a Harrah's Rincon or whatever or multiple ones, if it's an Indian casino, he's asked out. Just right off the bat, just tell you you're asked out.
That's insane, though.
But give me the rest of the cliff notes so I understand better what he's trying to say.
This casino had told him that if he spent 25,000 or something like that in points, that they would give him a free stay at the Bahamas or something like that. And they had no asterisk, no terms apply, no you have to buy this when they advertise it. So he worked for over a year trying to get this. And he finally got it. But now they're like, well, yeah, we'll give it to you, but you also have to pay an extra 2 nights at the resort to even get the 2 nights that are free. So he's saying that isn't that not legal? That's not right.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
It's an interesting question.
And this was 2 days ago, so this is fresh.
I'm saying it's an interesting question in that if they don't advertise, for example, there's a minimum 4-night stay and we're only paying 2, one could reasonably assume or could reasonably rely on the advertisement as it is and say, I fulfilled it. But this also, that's a tough one. Again, if it's an Indian casino, they often change their terms of service or come up with something different or say, well, in the alternative. That's very similar to the slot machine jackpot that I heard from a friend of mine who's a professional gambler, professional poker player. And he was doing an expose about one of the Indian casinos. I think it was in Verona, in San Diego or that area, where they were advertising a free Corvette or something if you hit a slot jackpot. This lady hit it and they're like, okay, well, we're not going to give you the car. The car's worth X, let's say $100,000, but you're going to have to pay tax on it. And then we're just going to give you $15,000. And the lady's like, no, I want the car.
Right.
And they're like, no, we don't really think you should take it. We really think you should take something else, or we'll give you an alternative vehicle because you don't. And she's like, no, I don't care. I'll pay the tax. I want the car. And she wouldn't let up. And finally they said, no, too fucking bad. And they kicked her out, trespassed her from the property, and she didn't get shit. And they can do that.
That's fucking insane.
But I'm saying, they can do that because they have their own fucking rules.
Yeah.
Right. So and here's a simple example. If Karina decides that she wants to go play some slots one day and slips on the fucking elk piss in front of their teepee or whatever. She doesn't get her fucking medical bills taken care of.
Yeah, they don't give
right?
a fuck.
Because the fucking spirit elders come down and say, you're asked out, right? Pay your own bills, and you're fucking stuck with that.
Yep.
So, and that's the tragedy of Indian gaming. I'm serious. And I want to make this clear. I have no issue with Indian tribes being granted special licenses to operate casinos.
The issue is that they're assholes in their rules.
Right. The issue is that they don't follow basic decency if it means that it's going to cost them something. Got to be fair. If you're taking everybody else's hard-earned money at a casino, right, be fucking reasonable. If you advertise a free Corvette or a grand prize Corvette, if you hit a jackpot and some lady in the 1 in a million odds hits it, give her the fucking Corvette.
Exactly. This
right?
guy played to go to the Bahamas.
That's what I'm saying.
So I don't know if you had heard the part where he called and they were like, well, technically the resort isn't part of like Gen Properties, so it doesn't really count. And that's how they kind of were telling him, oh, well, you still have to pay because of that, because it's not part of it.
I don't know what reasons they could logically give him, but he has a bigger point in that if all they're doing is getting you to pump $25,000 into slots, which, by the way, that's also how slot advantage players actually make more money. It's not physical dollars. What they get are all the perks that come with these volume players. So if your rewards card shows that you're pumping $10,000 a week into slots, you're getting dinners and rooms and spa treatments and haircuts and all sorts of shit that the casino gives you, right, to kind of keep you coming back. Yes, occasionally you'll hit a jackpot here, you hit a jackpot there, but a lot of these guys, they go onto these machines with like the best odds, the best point deals. They get solicitations and they get free play. That's a big common come on from casinos. Like they'll send you a thing in the mail saying, "Hey, grand opening for I got one. I just didn't go. Grand opening for Resorts World. We will give you 2 free nights and $100 casino credit. Play it any way you want." And by the way, how those work, it's not like I can walk in and say, "Okay, here, give me the $100." I got to play it like on blackjack or something, and only if I win do I get it. If I don't, good luck.
Exactly.
Which is fine. It's still kind of like a free roll. Like I can't lose it because I never had it to begin with, but it's also not exactly how they describe it.
How they advertise.
And and so there's always been. So again, if it's a regulated Nevada casino, for example, or Atlantic City, they can file a complaint with the Casino Licensing and Gaming Board. If it's an Indian casino, they're asked out.
Yeah.
And by the way, not that this needs to be said, but I'm going to say it anyway, just in the event that we have listeners that play a lot of slots or try to do these promotions. Don't be a fucking moron. It doesn't cost $25,000 to go to the Bahamas.
Exactly. Just go to the fucking Bahamas instead.
And you're not going to win that much.
The ludicrous part of it is that he could have had this amazing vacation if he just used that money that he spent gambling on vacation.
Right. Now, I get that he didn't do it all at once. And like I said, he worked a year. But 25,000 credits through a slot machine. Now, I understand some of it comes back. Some slots actually pay like a 90% return rate, 94%. So figure 90% on average. So basically, I understand it's like his loss is around 2,500 out of the 25,000. And for that, he's going to the Bahamas. But you got to wait a whole year and now you're not even getting it. Okay. So if it would have cost you $5,000, just fucking pay for it. Just go. You know what this is like? I hate to say it. This is like people that spend lots of money on beautiful women thinking they're going to have this long, all they really want, right, is to get this. Just fucking pay.
Exactly.
Find a high price hooker.
Exactly.
Pay for it once. And move the fuck on.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm sorry.
You don't have to get that girlfriend her Fendi shoes.
Exactly.
But that's my point. If you're seeing a beautiful Eastern Bloc European model, but you really have feelings and you want it long term, okay, God bless. If you're trying to impress her with your money in your wallet just because you hope to land her in the hotel room bed one day, just get a fucking hooker, pal.
Exactly.
Okay? Chances are the pussy's not that good anyway, right? These stuck-up snotty bitches.
Oh, my God.
Get a pro. You really want your world rocked?
Get a pro.
Right? I'm just saying you want high price.
Get a pro.
No, I'm just saying it kind of reminds me of that, like that idea, like you're going to put all this money in for something kind of minor. Just fucking buy the thing and that's it. Okay, look, it's just like, I hate to say this, but guys, when boys, especially teenagers, try to like win stuffed animals for their girlfriends, they go to stupid carnival games. Right, because they're trying to make it all romantic.
Exactly.
Right, so they're going to spend like $70 in stupid games to get
get that big teddy bear.
Right. And let me just tell you, because I've been guilty of this. Just slip the guy a fucking 20. Okay, the fucking guy working the game, they don't make shit. They happily give you the $1 fucking China toy.
Yep.
here you go. And then here you go, girl, look, I got this for you.
Mm-hmm.
I won. All right. Even if you, like, that's it. And by the way, I hate to say it, I've done that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
Fuck this. And it's not that I don't like playing carnival games, but I'm not dropping $50 or $60 for some stupid small fucking romantic, not even romantic, like stuffed heart bullshit. Slid the guy a 20, like, look, girlfriend just went to get us a coffee or whatever, like, Diet Coke. Here's a 20. Just give me that one, okay?
Yeah. The only people that fall for that are like young guys, like teenagers trying to impress their girlfriends, or people with kids who cave.
Yeah. All right, next one. Am I the asshole for making my girlfriend's son give me his gambling winnings? I, 44 male, have been with my girlfriend, 40 female, for several years now. She has one child, a son who recently turned 18. He and I get along really well, at least for the most part. But recently he and I had our first blowout fight, and I'm wondering if I was in the wrong here. What happened was that we were returning home from a summer trip. My girlfriend decided that we should stop at the casino near the border of our home state that she enjoys. She enjoys gambling, maybe a little too much, but that's a different story. We ended up getting a hotel room at the casino for the night. For a lot of it, my girlfriend's son and I just hung out and watched a CSI marathon. But eventually, we ended up joining his mom on the casino floor. I gave the boy $100 and told him he should go make some money. He should go to make me some money. Eventually, I met up with what were you going to say? You were going to say?
You know what? If my girl said that to me, I'd be like, you know what? Why don't you go on the corner and make me some money? How about that? What kind of bullshit is that?
Stepson, go make me some money.
I know, but I'm just saying, go make.
Yeah.
If this were a step parent, fuck you. But all right, sorry, go on.
Eventually,
maybe they get along. He said they get along well, so I take that back.
Eventually, I met up with my girlfriend, his mother, and he came up a little later to both of us with the cash waiver for about $1,100. He looked really proud of his earnings. I told him to turn his cash in for another $100, but he responded with, "No, I think I'll keep this one instead." I answered him with, "No, you didn't earn that." Took the money and explained that all of his winnings between us were communal, and I gave him another $100. I think that he had no claim to his gambling winnings in the first place since it came from my money anyways. My girlfriend is actually with me on this one, but her son is really mad at me right now. Probably the angriest he has ever been, feeling like I stole his winnings, and it's had me thinking maybe I was in the wrong. Do you think I'm the asshole here?
Yes. Oh my God. What a way to create a horrible relationship with your girlfriend's son. What the fuck was he thinking?
Yeah, this was terrible as a parent, as a step parent. That's so mean. That boy was so proud of himself. It's probably like the most he's ever won. He went in gambling and he was like, "Yeah, I got $1,000." And he was like, I got $1,000. You don't, but here's another 100. Go make me more money.
Like, this young man was so excited, and he just like took that away from him. Like,
Eric's not going to agree with this. Like, Eric thinks he's genius.
Well, is this what would Eric do?
No, this is Am I the Asshole?
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, he kind of is. I mean, I understand. So the reason why I'm slightly hesitant is because it feels like at least the stepfather understood what this deal was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, here, I'll give you some money, you go play, and then he said, make me some money. Now, my only question is, why did the guy only come back with $1,100? How much did he start with? Did he start with only $100 and then ran it up?
I think so.
See, now but it matters. I'll tell you why. If I gave my stepson $100, I said, "Here, go make us some money." Honestly, my assumption would be that he's going to lose it.
Right.
And this was just my way of giving him something to do so I could be alone with mom.
Right.
Okay. If he comes back and he's like, "Hey, I ran it up to $1,100," honestly, the worst I would do is split it with him.
Yeah.
Like, I would just go half and half because my money, but his labor.
Right.
Right. And I would see that as sort of more of a partnership. Or I'd let him keep the whole thing if I were in a good mood at that point because mom took care of me in the interim. No, I'm just saying, if I was totally like relaxed and chill, like, fuck, I don't care. Keep it, man. Good job.
You would really take money from the kid?
I think that, no.
I don't think you would.
It's a valuable lesson.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
Valuable lesson.
This is about partnership. Now, this is not an uncommon business model where there is one partner with the money and one partner that does the work or the sweat equity. And honestly, that's
okay. This was not a work relationship.
But my point is the way he phrased it.
Yeah, he told him from the get-go.
Here's some money. Go make me some money.
I would have assumed he was joking if I were the kid.
It was money. When it comes to $1,000, that's not.
When it comes to money, I don't. But that's the other reason why. But that's also why he could also be the asshole. Because, for example, if he came up, if he said, "Here's $100," and he came back with 200, right? I don't think he would be like, I'm going to keep it, right? No. He wouldn't be like, okay, good for you. Great. You doubled your money. Mm-hmm. Or worse, he'd be like, okay, give me my 100 back. You keep the 100. Here we go. Mm-hmm. Right. Or if he came back with 300, right? But okay, give me my 100 back so I'm not at a loss and you keep the other 2. Great job. Came back with 1,100.
Exactly.
Right. And that's why dad is like, fuck. Right. But I'm saying I might split it. Also, I hate to say this. It depends on how I'm doing that weekend. Right. I mean, if I'm already down and I'm out of pocket, fuck yeah, give me half of that money at least.
Exactly.
Fuck you. Yeah.
At least half of it. Shit, you got it with my money.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
You know what? Okay. The only thing this kid learned is that he can't tell this guy anything.
Okay.
He should have just lied.
He wouldn't have won shit without his money.
No,
that's what I'm
it's not about lying or anything. So this is really funny. So with Jennifer, the therapist, right away, what kind of relationship is he building? You know, Eric, the practical lawyer, is like, why is it only 1,100? All right, what kind of fucking luck does this kid have? I mean,
I'm like, you should have split it. Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Honestly, the equitable thing would be to split it.
Yeah,
I put up the money, you put in the time.
Exactly,
we're partners.
Exactly.
Now, and by the way, Jennifer's gonna be the worst fucking. Don't worry, I won't do this to your son, okay? But you're
thinking if it's gonna happen to her son.
No, remember, these don't apply to me.
Exactly, this is just am I the asshole?
Because I could see myself just letting the kid keep it. Like, wow, that's amazing, good for you, right? But that's kind of how I am because I would see it as okay, I'm just out $100. Like, I don't care. And the alone time that I got without the kid being around for that $100 to me is probably well worth it. I'm serious. Sometimes it's worth it. Okay, don't think I didn't do that in the past. Like I'd be in Vegas or whatever. Like the kids like going. Here's fucking $200. Go to the arcade and stay there as long as you can. Just leave me the fuck alone. Like I don't mean like to be mean, but
yeah.
But I'm saying I could see where that's also a good lesson. Like, and they could also do other things together in the future to make money for with that same sort of formula. Hey kid, you got a great idea, right? Okay, I'll put up the money, you execute. I understand I'm taking the risk. By the way, if the kid would have lost 100, would he have had to give that back?
Exactly.
No.
No.
So you gotta, be reasonable, be equitable. Pretend for a second this is not your son. This is just some random son. Okay, because that's what happens. Is Jennifer answers questions as if her son is like, fuck, I gotta give this back, But if this was just some rando that you didn't know, and this was the story you're being told, at dinner.
It doesn't make a difference to me. It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one.
Right, exactly. Let's just move. Okay, you know what? Let's pretend that I live in the same fantasy world that you guys do, and that this would make it. No, and then Jennifer, I'm just trying to be nice. I don't see how it's not an equitable.
It's so short-sighted. I just, you know what? I'm upset at the stupidity of it because he just completely messed up his relationship with this kid.
Honestly, if the kid lets this mess up their relationship, the kid is an asshole on its own. Like, the kid, I feel like even me, I'd be like, let's split it. Like, you gave me the money, I won it. As my age, I would be like, hey, let's split it. Like, you gave me this, I'll give you this, I'll split it as my own person. Like, that's just, that's how I was raised. I'd be like, shit, you gave me the money, we can split it. Now we're up. We're both up. So the fact that the kid didn't even offer that either.
Well, I think the stepdad should have offered to split it with him.
Yeah.
To be honest. I think the kid also kind of like maybe took a bit of a liberty on this one, like by wanting the whole thing. Like, no. Fair is fair, right? I put up the money, you put in the time, let's split it. And
that would have been the reasonable thing.
Right. Yeah. And then who knows, you could do that a couple more times.
Exactly.
And if I'm the kid, and so you want to talk about short-sighted, I could take 550 now, which is half of 1,100, and potentially get more and do the same thing, or get the whole 1,100, and this will never happen again because he'll never trust me to do that. Right?
Exactly.
So it goes both ways.
Exactly.
All right, I'm just saying. It's almost like you have this weird, cringy sister-in-law out of nowhere, right? That thinks she's entitled to everything you have and everything you win, even if you put up the money for. Oh,
cough.
I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent. We'll say that for a different episode.
All right. We'll move on.
Shout out. That was for you, bro. All right, go ahead.
All right. This one's more of a question.
All right.
So the title is Gambling Out of State. Okay. A friend of mine and I are both over the age of 21, and we work for a company in Idaho, the potato state, that has a massive project down in Vegas over the summer. Our boss has stated that he will fire on the spot anyone who he finds in a casino gambling. He also claims that since he is the owner of the company, he can go ahead and gamble if he wants to. We just can't.
Well, he's right.
This has upset a lot of our coworkers. I can understand if he doesn't want us gambling on days when we have to work the following day, but to outright fire us for gambling on our own free time, I just feel like that's not right. Can he legally do this?
That's not right. Or at least it doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound right to me, but I'm not sure about the legality of this, so I don't know.
That sounds absolutely insane to me.
Yeah. Like, oh, if I catch you on your free time gambling, you're fired. I feel like that's not right.
It's not an illegal activity.
That's why I threw it in because I was intrigued to know.
All right, all right, so I'm going to answer this question by asking you guys questions. Mm-hmm. This is called the Socratic method.
Okay.
Do you think it is not legal or permissible for a company to have a no smoking policy? We don't want cigarettes in our workplace. Tobacco.
Follow-up question. Is the smoking in the building? Or anywhere. You can't even smoke on the sidewalk of the building?
Well, no, the question is we have a non-smoking atmosphere. So we don't want to hire anybody that's a smoker.
No, I don't think that's right. Because that's your own.
But private companies can do that.
But that's something that affects the health of everyone.
You don't think gambling could affect your health? It can be an addiction like anything else. But my point is, people that have gambling addictions often experience anxiety, high stress. They turn to theft sometimes, right? They become irresponsible with money. Now, I'm not suggesting that this is the reason, but what I'm saying is private companies can make certain rules and regulations that they require people to follow. What I don't think this guy can do is basically say, because he's not me. He can't say these rules don't apply to me; they apply to everybody else.
That's basically what he said.
But that's where I think that's
the infuriating.
Right. That's where I think this is problematic. If this is a legitimate policy, he says this company, because he can say, look, because you have a choice not to work there. This is not a government agency. You're not guaranteed a job.
You don't have to go to.
He can say, look, this company was founded on Mormon principles, right, or whatever, from Idaho, and we do not gamble. We don't support gambling. We don't believe in it. And nobody that works for us, I don't care what your religion is, if we catch you gambling, you're fired.
Right.
They can do that. Okay? They absolutely can do that because you have a choice to work there or not.
Right.
What they can't do, and my point is because they disclose that right out of the gate.
Right.
What they can't do is fire you arbitrarily for that. Like you're just having a legal activity, conducting yourself fine, and all of a sudden, so that's what I'm saying. If at the very beginning it doesn't say, we won't hire you if you're a smoker, right? And I go outside on my break, I leave the premises and I smoke a cigarette and I come back. If they never said this is, then no, they can't fire me for that.
Right, right.
If this is a defined policy ahead of time and it's been disclosed, you take the risk of violating that policy.
Oh, okay. So if they go to Vegas and all that.
Well, but my answer is, but the boss, I don't care if he's the boss. In theory, he's subject to the same policy, right? You can't create a policy and then say, but I'm not subjected to it. That makes as much sense as saying, I don't allow harassment in the workplace, except if I want to smack your ass every now and then, I can because I'm the boss. No, you can't do that. And by the way, I'll tell you a true story of a business owner that hired us to defend a harassment lawsuit because he truly didn't think that these other rules applied to him. And he literally sent his young receptionist home to go buy heels and a skirt I'm serious, to wear to the office. Yeah. Allegedly because, quote, he has a showroom, which he doesn't. Okay. But he has like a fucking warehouse with material, right? No. It's not a show because that's what he wanted. Yeah, okay. No. You can't do that. I don't care if you're the fucking owner. Now, if his office manager did that to somebody, of course he'd be fucking fired and that's a violation. Right. And he knows that. He just, so that's why I'm saying if he just doesn't think this stuff applies to him, then that's where he's got a problem. But if he put out a blanket policy and he abides by it, then they're subject to that.
I guess he can do it, but he's a horrible boss. Part of being a boss is setting an example. Yeah. So you're saying like the rules don't apply to me. All he's making, what he's creating, the atmosphere he's creating, and whenever you tell someone that they can't do something, they just want to do it so much more.
Exactly. They're gonna all want to go gamble and see if they really get fired. Yeah. So we'll see, I guess, if they all got fired or not. So, all right, next one. Am I the asshole for not spending my casino win with my girlfriend?
No. Sorry, what? Oh, I'm sorry. There's more?
There was 40 grand involved.
I don't care. I'm sorry. There's more to it? Sorry.
Last week, I went on holiday to Cyprus with my friends. I don't know where Cyprus is at.
It's by Greece.
Oh, wow.
I only know that because my ex and I actually got civilly married in Cyprus in order to get her a green card.
That's out of my tax bracket.
Yeah, because she was out of the country and she was blacklisted. It's a whole... No. It's a whole story. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But
all right.
Yeah, it's actually a very beautiful island.
Yeah, he said he went with his friends.
Okay.
We're not rich or anything like that. We've just been saving money since the year started to come here. Okay.
Fair.
I won about 40 grand at the casino, and we spent all of it. A holiday where we spent lots of money has been our dream since childhood. Come on, they're boys. We made it a dream come true, and it was a lot of fun. When I was on this vacation, I told my girlfriend about the money and how we were all going to blow it here at the casino. But when we came back, she asked me how much money I had left. We were going to take a holiday to France this summer. I had told her that I couldn't go because I didn't have enough money, but she could still go. But she didn't want to go without me, so the France plan was canceled. She thought that since I had came up on so much money, I would spare some of the money so we could still go to France together. But she never told me about this. We had a fight, and now she accuses me of not wanting to go on holiday with her. I would, but I just don't have the money. Yes, I won there, but we spent it all. So if she would have told me this plan, I could have at least thought about it. Now she blames me for not sticking to a plan that she didn't even tell me about. Am I the asshole here?
I just can't get over that. He blew $40,000 in one holiday.
I don't think he's the asshole. Shit, he went out, he had fun, and he lived it up. This was a dream of his, to blow so much money on a weekend with his friends. I can't even imagine the serotonin he got from that. Like, you're there with your bestest of friends, and you're up 40 grand, and you get to just spend that shit in Greece?
I think the problem is that these two people have very different values and very different beliefs about money.
Maybe. You could have at least sent her like a grand or something like here.
No, that's not it. She's butthurt because she wanted to go to France.
And he didn't
right. And honestly, this is not, he probably had 20 left. Okay. He just doesn't want to fucking go with her.
No, he blew that 40.
Okay. Cyprus is not like other parts of Europe. Cyprus is not that expensive.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's cheaper.
Okay.
Okay. For you to blow 40 grand in Cyprus, okay, you have fucking hookers and drugs on call 24 hours a day for the whole fucking week or two that you're there. That's a lot of money. It's not like 40 grand in like Thailand.
Well, we don't know how many people were with him. It could be like 15 of his friends.
No, let's say it's probably 2 or 3 or 4. Let's say, okay, he's maybe a group of 4.
Okay.
But the bigger point here is, honestly, he just doesn't want to do that. Okay. Yeah. You can argue the point that he didn't know. Right. She didn't make him aware. That's not what it is. Okay. And I understand the idea that he found a way to live out this fantasy, and it was not an expensive hit because it's
because it wasn't his money technically yet.
And as a little bit of insight, and it drives Jennifer crazy, I look at sometimes like gambling winnings or poker winnings like that too. Mm-hmm. Like, well, this is just free money. Yeah. I want it, so I don't care. Right. It is though. I'm guilty of that. Yeah. Right. But then like I take a loss and it's like out of my own pocket, like because I blew the winnings on other stuff or gave it away. So I get that. Like I understand her angst, and it's not completely wrong. Yeah. Okay. But if he legit was not aware of these plans, I think he knew. And I think he knew, but let's pretend for a second that we all live in the same fantasy world where he had no idea she was planning this trip to France for them.
Okay, not that. I think that it just wasn't on his mind. Like, she thought of that. Like, I think her logical was, okay, he came up with money. He's going to surprise me. He's not going to go to France. If they hadn't talked about this in a while, he's not thinking about, oh shit, my girlfriend wanted to go to France and I should save this money for France. He's not thinking about
that. But that's why she's upset. It's because he wasn't thinking.
But why would you
expect That's not why.
It's the boy mind. I wouldn't expect my boyfriend to come up on money. Remember that I wanted something?
You guys don't get it. She's upset because he went full fucking Fredo. Yeah. And he was banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time
and she can't
in the fucking casino. Okay. And he lived it up. Okay.
That's she's mad at. She's mad that he lived it up and she will not be living it up.
That's right. This is fucking Fredo and the Godfather under Mo Green or whatever. Okay. That's what this guy, he fucking lived it up. Okay. And look, I don't mean to disparage, but those Cypriot chicks, you flash $500, they're yours for the whole week.
Exactly.
Okay. So I've heard.
And he had 40 grand to spend on him and just his friends. Yeah.
So is he the asshole? No,
he's honestly, not. No. I honestly don't think he's the asshole. I genuinely don't. I don't think he's the asshole.
No, if my brother went to go gamble, right, and hit a jackpot, he wouldn't be obligated to give it to his sister-in-law. Oh, never mind. Sorry, wrong topic. Number 2. Gotcha. The second one. I'm gonna drop these all day, all fucking episode. Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, shit. I think I hope he had the best weekend of his life.
Oh, he fucking sure did. Okay.
If I came up on 40 grand on vacation, oh my God.
Do you want to hear a true story? Mm-hmm. years and years and years ago, my mother took Josh and I, my brother, to Laughlin.
Okay.
Because she had to go for some kind of medical convention. She used to manage a doctor's office and like do medical billing and stuff. So she went for some kind of convention, and we were staying at this hotel in Laughlin. And my brother and I were in the arcade.
Right.
Because we were young. We were like, I think I was maybe 8, something like really little. And we found a wallet. It was somebody left their wallet on like the fucking Pac-Man machine.
Okay.
So we get all excited.
Yeah.
Open the wallet. There's like 5 or 6 checks in there and like $1,200 in cash. We all excited. So we found our mom. Mom, look, we found this wallet. Our fucking mom pocketed the cash and then made me and my brother turn the wallet in with just the checks. Right.
I would have been pissed.
And we didn't get shit except $20 more for the arcade. And that was it. And so you better believe that my brother and I, we called our dad that night from and we ratted out mom so that he knew when she got home, there should have been an extra G right in there. But
exactly.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, hey, money found is money found.
Exactly.
I mean, he hit some kind of jackpot. He hit some kind of weird progressive, whatever he hit. You know, as far as I'm concerned,
the lesson we're learning from this podcast is if you find or come into a bunch of money, just don't tell.
That's right. Yeah. You know what the fucking lesson is? Shut the fuck. You have right. Remember, you have the right to remain silent. Okay. You shouldn't say shit.
That's the title of the episode. Gamble and shut the fuck up.
Right. That's right. Jackpot secret, whatever. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Next one.
All
this is a What Would Eric Do? Title is ID confiscated and destroyed. I was visiting a friend in Las Vegas for their 21st birthday for a weekend. Unfortunately, I lost my Arizona license the week prior and was running around with a temporary paper ID until the new one came in the mail. I wasn't expecting to be able to do much with it, which sucks for me. While there, I was surprised to find out that some casinos did allow my ID, which was cool on them. Others did not, which is fine. At one of them, though, my friends finished their gambling and I came inside to meet up with them again. That was when security stopped us and asked us for IDs. When I gave them mine, the dude started to laugh at what an obviously fake ID it was. They took away my friend's earnings and kicked us out while confiscating my ID. We were shocked. We didn't know that they were allowed to take away someone's money because they thought a minor could have been involved. The bigger problem, though, was the ID, since I was the designated driver that trip and I needed to have a license to drive back to Arizona. So we called the police. After they arrived and we explained the situation, they agreed with security and told us that no state hands out paper identifications and gave us a warning. We ended up having to have someone else drive my car all the way back to Arizona because I don't even have a license anymore, I guess. My question is, can they do that? And what could I have done in that situation?
This happened in Vegas?
Yes.
Okay. Clearly they can, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
I can tell you California gives temporary.
Yeah, they have temporary IDs or temporary license.
Temporary paper license.
Yeah.
Now, it's hard, I guess, for this guy to have thought this far ahead, but what I would have done, for example, is I would have had an alternate ID, like a passport.
Yeah.
Or something with me, so I can, just drive, but also have like a picture ID just in case this happens.
Yeah.
So I guess he didn't really think about that, but the idea that they took away his friend's earnings, especially if this guy wasn't there gambling, I kind of call bullshit on that. He can file a complaint with the Nevada State Gaming Licensing Board or whatever it's called, and I would. That's kind of bullshit. I'm not down with that. Not okay.
I would be pissed, especially like the friend. Like, one, you took away her license, and then 2, you took away his earnings. Like, what?
That's like bullshit.
That's why I hate casinos. Because they have like their own security, and it's almost like this mob mentality where they can like take you in the dark room and just take your stuff away and you can't say anything.
Exactly. No. Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my wife she's not entitled to my gambling winnings and to find a side hustle if she would want more spending money for herself?
No.
That's the title.
Wait.
No, he's not.
Told the wife to find a side hustle.
Yeah.
Oh. Like a job.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought
She thought he's gonna pimp her out.
Okay, for a minute I thought it was something else. No. That's where my mind went. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how to handle that insight.
Right.
Oh my God. How does that the first thing you think of? God damn.
That's why you like me.
Therapist Jen, right?
Is it?
Therapist Jen, right?
I know, right? Okay.
All right. My wife, 32 female, and I, 33 male, have been together for 5 years, married for 3. I make $150,000 and my wife makes $50,000.
Okay,
We are not.
He's already a dick.
I know.
Just he has to put that.
I
in.
know.
Go ahead.
We are not super rich for the city we live in, but we are able to live a comfortable lifestyle well within our means. Since we don't have kids yet, we are able to spend more on ourselves, and each of us get $500 of fun money every month to do as we please. My wife likes to use her money to buy clothes for herself or go out for brunches with her girlfriends. My hobbies are all over the place. I'll do something for a while, but then get bored of it quickly, so I'll stop. I need something that gives me thrill so that I get a rush of dopamine. So I decided to pick up gambling. There's a casino about 20 minutes on foot. Yeah, there's a casino about 20 minutes on foot from where we live, so every Saturday I go there to gamble $100. I only take the 100 and I leave my wallet at home so that I'm not tempted to spend any of our joint money in case that I lose. For the most part, I break even or lose some money. My wife hates that I gamble because she thinks that I'll go down a destructive path, but I honestly love it and I do it anyways because that's what makes me happy, much to her annoyance. Anyways, a couple of weeks ago, I got lucky and ended up making $1,000. I was obviously super delighted since I never won this much before in my life. I decided to buy a PS5 and a few games since I never owned a gaming console. When my wife found out I bought all of the stuff, she asked me how I was able to spend so much of it since it all cost around $700 to $800. I told her how I won. She got really upset and says that I should have given half of it to her. I told her I got this money from my share of my fun money, so it's my choice to do with it what I want. She said only the original $500 is mine. The $1,000 is an income and should be shared between us. I disagreed because I don't claim 50% of her possessions when she goes out shopping, right? She called me selfish for only thinking about myself. She wants to go on a girls' trip, and with this extra money, that would have helped her afford it. I told her what I do with my money is my business, and if she wants more spending money, she can go figure out a side hustle instead of using me like an ATM. She complained about me to her friends, and they're all calling me a financial abuser for stealing what rightfully belongs to her. I think they're all being entitled assholes, but I would appreciate some unbiased perspective into my situation. Am I the asshole here?
Okay, I'm just going to reiterate. You win a bunch of money. You don't want your partner having it. Shut the fuck up.
Yep. That's the only advice we have. Yep.
Yeah, that's all I got. If you didn't want her to have part of it, you shouldn't have said something.
Exactly. I hate people like this. I hate people like this because why the fuck would she get any of that? You had $500, go flip that shit, bitch. Don't come and try to get my money out of it. Just like he flipped it, she could flip that shit. So
I think that he is wrong and not wrong. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Theoretically speaking, practically speaking, he's 100% right.
Right.
They each have their money. They can do whatever they want with it.
Exactly.
If his earns money because he gambled and won, that's his to do with what he pleases.
Yeah.
So that's why he's right. On the other hand, he's wrong because if he has any desire to ever have sex again in his life and stay in a happy marriage, it's worth half the fucking winnings. Okay, buddy?
Yeah.
You're going to pay for it one way or another. You might as well keep the peace, take half your win and be happy and let her know that, you care, right? And you're fair and you're loving. And remember, I can't tell you how many times I've done shit that I knew I was right about, but did it and, just went along with somebody else just to keep the peace. I don't want to be a douche, but they make a combined $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
The $1,000 probably isn't that big of a deal for them.
No.
Yeah, it's very short-sighted.
So, right. Give her the fucking half and move on and then shut the fuck up. Or, I hate to say it, or just do what I used to do because it doesn't matter anymore, right? I mean, she and I are apart. I would just lie about how much I won.
Oh my God.
Hey, because we had a deal like, she's going to let me play poker. Okay, fine. But the deal is if I won, we split the money half and half. So a couple of nights I come home like, here's your 200, right? Because I'm up 400 and I'd be up like, 3,200. No, I'm not going to,
Look, if my partner was always taking my money, I'd probably fib about the amount that I won. That's his wife. He should know her well enough to know how she's going to react.
Well, he didn't tell her he won. She only found out when she saw the PlayStation and all the games. Remember that? He never told her I won. I didn't. He bought the PlayStation with a bunch of games, and she was like, "How did you afford this? This is way more than $500." And he was like, "Oh, I won."
Or he should have been like, on eBay it was used.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what he could have said too.
That's all, guys. That's just called quick thinking.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like he got caught. He never told her. He wasn't going to tell her he won. Yeah.
This guy's crime is not being a better liar.
Or being stupid. Like just undercover your tracks. All right.
Just been like, I saved some of my spending money from last month and just put it together for 1 month and got the PlayStation.
Or
he got that shit on Afterpay or something.
Right. Or just eBay. I bought it used. I went to GameStop. I got a used console.
Klarna, they do those 4 monthly installment payments. So
I don't know. I don't buy them. I don't buy it. I don't know. I don't use layaway. Whatever.
And you could have said about that shit like that.
It's almost like if I had an obnoxious sister-in-law that somehow wanted to purchase on layaway. Oh, never mind.
I
Sorry.
wanted everything, you would want.
That was number 3. That was number 3 for you, bro.
Kind of adorable that the first thing he thought to buy was a PlayStation.
He didn't spend this money on drugs or strippers or prostitutes.
Well,
he said, "I'm gonna buy me a game so I can." I've never had a gaming console, and this is what I want.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Like, if she's a sunshine, give up half the money. Who cares, right?
That's so sad.
Or the other thing I would do
is PlayStation.
Or and let me just say, if it was really good,
mm-hmm.
I'd be like, you know what, dear, you're right. I didn't think about it. It was selfish of me. How about next month you take my 500
mm-hmm.
instead, and I'll just go without,
mm-hmm.
and I'll make it sound like poor me, and I'll just stay home next weekend and play my new games.
But
and
I guess
not
if
use
it takes you to your girl's trip,
whatever, right? I'm happy for you and all that. Okay, and then I guess if he did that, she would have given it to him so good that night
mm-hmm.
over that.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
it would have been a win-win. So
exactly.
He kind of fucked up on that one.
Exactly.
But he's not the asshole.
He's not.
No,
I don't think he's the asshole.
I don't think so either.
No, I agree. Not the asshole. Definitely not the asshole.
All right. Do you want to end it here? Or do you want to do one more?
Let's do one last one, and then we'll wrap it up.
All right. So we have, am I the asshole? I'll let you pick from the titles. Am I the asshole for not giving my friend my casino winnings after he gave me money to play? Am I the asshole gambling loan? Or am I the asshole for gambling half of my kid's college fund?
Oh! I'm just already going to say yeah.
Yeah, the college fund might be too obvious, so maybe the first one.
Okay. The first one he said?
Yeah.
Okay. This actually happened about a year ago, but my friend still gives me shit about it. So I figured I would get the final verdict from Reddit.
There you go. That's the place to go for.
You need a jury trial. We have Reddit.
Yeah, exactly. And a group of friends went to the casino one night. I had never been to one and I didn't have much spending money, so I wasn't planning on gambling. One of my friends, I'll call him Tim, gave me $40 to use and said it was fine. I didn't have to pay him back or anything. I was hesitant, but he insisted, so I took it. We split off and played slots with another friend. Something purely just luck-based. Well, beginner's luck was on my side because I ended up winning almost $250.
That's not that lucky in a slot, but go ahead.
It's not, but
he
didn't have anything. So from $4, he flipped it to $250.
He's playing nickels, but all right.
After a few hours, we all met back and went out to eat. It turns out Tim had lost over $500 playing poker that night. I didn't know this at the time, but he actually has a minor gambling addiction. When I told everyone how well I did, he got pissed and said I wouldn't have got anything if it wasn't for him and his $4. He had a point, so I offered to give him the $4 back of it. The exact amount he gave me.
Okay, that was an asshole move on purpose, but go ahead.
This is where I might be the asshole. Tim said because he had lost so much, he thought it was only fair that I gave him at least half of my winnings. I absolutely refused. In my eyes, I owed him nothing. Not even the $40 if I'm honest. But I was trying to be nice. Some of our friend group said that I should do this since it was extra money and I would have not had it if it weren't for him. I still didn't budge. And the rest of the night was really awkward and Tim would not speak to me. Another friend had pulled me aside after and told me about Tim's addiction and said that he had most likely just lost all of his rent money that night. I said that was unfortunate, but not my problem at the end of the day. So Reddit, do you think I'm the asshole for keeping the money?
A little bit of an asshole. Yeah, just the whole attitude is kind of asshole-ish.
Yeah, you do have a 40, I guess you gave me. It doesn't matter that you just lost your whole rent money, but here you go, 40.
Does it give us Tim's contact info?
No.
Because I'd like to invite him to my poker game. Tim. Look, if they know that Tim has a problem, first of all, there's no such thing as a minor gambling addiction. You're either an addict or you're not. Mm-hmm. Right? You can't be like a partial addict. Like, you can't be like a little bit of an addict, right? Now, I know people, and I was like that too in the very beginning. Like when I was first exposed to Vegas and gambling, mm-hmm. I remember times where I would get there, I wouldn't even make it to the room to check in. Like I would just send like the ex up with the bags and be like, I'll be at the blackjack, or like immediately as soon as I got there. Mm-hmm. So I understand somewhat how it can really take a hold of someone.
Yeah.
I probably would like split the money with him just because he's a friend.
Yeah.
And it's true that he kind of, hooked it up in a way. And yes, I understand the amount's fairly nominal, whatever, and the guy lost way more than that, but just to kind of keep it light-hearted and friendly, right? Okay, here, you know what? Here you go. You're right.
You're right.
Your $4 turned into 200. Here you go. Happy, here you go. I would have done that too.
Especially if I saw my friend lost $500. I felt
and when you offer the $4 back,
40, sorry.
Or 40, but still, that's where you went from like, maybe naive to asshole.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I guess you can have the $40. Try to pay rent with this.
Right.
Like,
I mean, in other words, if either you're like, no, I'm sorry, I appreciate what you're saying, but I don't agree with that. You gave it to me, it was mine. I could have lost it just as easily.
Exactly.
Right. That would have been kind of an aggressive stance, but I could understand it. But to be like, oh, well, here's your 40. Fuck you. Right. That's not how this works.
And he threw in an edit, like, I ended up giving him the $4 back. Like, what the
Whatever.
fuck are you going to do with $4 when he just spent $500?
My point is that I do think that kind of was a dick move. And again, if you're asking what would I do, I would just give the guy half the money. It's fine.
I would too.
Because again, but remember, I look at winnings as just found money, extra money. But that's intentional. Like, I don't register it like as mine in that sense. I don't
think anyone should really. Like, it should be just like extra money, like girl math. It was free money. That was it.
I kind of agree because you could lose, and today in my 50s, I'm much more restrained and evolved, and I don't bring more than I'm prepared to lose. I already in my mind have mentally lost it, so I play better because you can't win, especially in poker. You can't play with scared money, right? Yeah. Because people will bluff you off too easily. They'll sense it. If it's a good player that you're playing against, they will sense that you're betting with scared money and that you don't want to risk, and they'll put you to the test and make you give up. So you can't. So anytime I sit down and play poker, it's in my mind. It's like I already lost. Like, I don't care, right? So I got to play my game. That's what that's a smarter, better approach. At this point, though, clearly the friend wasn't prepared for that. So, anyhow, that's what I can say about that. I would have given him half, and
I would have too.
Yeah, just move on. And by the way, I would have done that even if he didn't lose. Like, I would have offered it.
Yeah, same.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's me. That's why I'm different. But I understand gambling, and there's gambler's etiquette. Right. So yeah, a guy puts me in a free roll, right? Essentially, for whatever reason, and I win. Of course, I'm gonna offer him half.
Exactly.
I think that's more like that's gambler's etiquette, right? You kind of do that.
Yeah. No, this person is not a good friend.
No,
at all.
Not. Like, you could already tell. Like, he's like, oh, I wasn't even going to spend money, but he gave it to me, so I guess I'll play.
He's rationalizing so much to make himself feel less guilty about it,
and it's not.
Yeah. This guy. He's very short-sighted because he just totally messed up his friendship with this person.
Yeah,
which is
the person who gave him $40.
Yeah,
and said, "Hey, you don't even have to pay me those back. Like, you're good." But I guess not. All right. Well, that wraps up our episode. I hope you guys enjoyed doing a casino one.
Look, everybody knows I'm a poker player. I understand casino life. It's kind of fun for me, so I enjoyed this one.
I'm glad.
So, Karina, tell them where they can find us.
All right, guys, you can find us at the Bentama Confirm on Instagram. You can find us at Bentama Confirm on TikTok and Twitter, and you can email us at info@eblawfirm.us, and our website is eblawfirm.us. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.
Stay lucky.
I was going to say something like that, but you beat me to it. The fuck? It's bullshit. You know what? Stay out of casinos if you don't know how to gamble. Gamble responsibly. All right.
Okay. Bye.